back, everybody. Steven again, BlockSociety.net. In the last video, we talked about moving your crypto to Binance so that you can begin trading. If for whatever reason you want to move your crypto to a cold wallet off the internet, offline, you can absolutely do that, and I'm going to show you how to do that here. Similarly, if you can also move funds or crypto from Binance or any other exchange to a cold wallet as well. So maybe you're trying to stock up or reach a goal, 100 million VeChain or 10 Bitcoin or whatever, and you just want to store it on a cold wallet and put it in your safe and run away. That's fine. You can do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you can do is there's a lot of different types of cold wallets. You have paper wallets, you have hard wallets, you have USB type wallets, you've got the Ledger Nano, the Trezor, all sorts of different ones. But for simplicity's sake, I'm going to show you a website called myetherwallet.com. Again, go to myetherwallet.com, verify that it is in fact the right website. Make sure your security information is there. Make sure you got that little padlock icon on there. You do not want to get scammed. You don't click on anybody's link that says, oh, all you have to do is go to, click this link and it'll take you to my Ether wallet and you can set up your cold wallet, because it could be a scam, right? It even tells you right up here at the top, don't get phished. Please don't get phished. You lose your crypto, you're never getting it back. I promise you, it's not going to happen. Okay. So we're going to create a wallet. This My Ether wallet is a host for all ERC20 type tokens. Okay, so it's basically Ethereum and all of the projects that operate on the Ethereum blockchain. I can provide a list for you if you need it, but by the time you get to that point, you'll know whether or not a coin is on the Ethereum blockchain or if it is an ERC20 compatible token or not. So first thing you do, go ahead and type in a password. Make it pretty tough. There are minimums. I think it has to be at least 8 characters, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 1 number, 1 special character. I just go ahead and put that one in there and hit create a new wallet. Now you have a JSON file. This is a UTC or a JSON file. This is where the code, if you will, the actual, I'm not real sure what language it's in. It might be C#, but whatever. It's the code that holds your private key. Okay, so we're going to download this. I'm going to click on it. It pops up down here. I'm going to open up that folder, show in the folder. I'm going to move it to my desktop for now. You'll want to move it someplace off the internet. In fact, a lot of people, when they create these, they're going to do it on a dedicated machine, like an old janky laptop that nobody ever uses, that is rarely, if ever, connected to the internet. You want to keep it as safe as humanly possible. Move that JSON file to a thumb drive, print it out, open it up in Notepad format and print out the code on it. But you want to keep that safe. Treat it very, very, very securely. I have all of my records in a fireproof safe somewhere hidden in the house that even my wife doesn't know about. You can never be too careful. I tell a lot of people, especially military folk, treat this piece of paper the same way you would treat your DD-214. It is that serious. Okay, so now that I've downloaded the JSON, I understand, I continue. This is your private key. Do not, I repeat, do not give this code out to anybody. This is how you're going to access your funds in the future, right? Do not give that out, because anybody with that code has full access to your wallet and they can take away all of your coins. Just don't do it, right? Now, at this point, you're going to want to print your paper wallet if that is your intent, to keep it on a paper wallet. Go ahead and hit print. It's going to give you, hey, how do you want to do this? Do you want to save your address? Blah, 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 blah. Follow the prompts. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into depth, but click print your paper wallet, right? I also just want to go ahead and save my address, make a backup. It's all on there. No big deal, right? So I'm going to click save your address. We talked about that JSON file a little earlier. That's how I'm going to access my wallet. So I'm going to go to the key store, the JSON file. I'm going to select my wallet. Hopefully that's the right one. And I'm going to hit unlock. Now in theory, read this down here. Oops. Is it still down there? MyEtherWallet.com does not hold your keys for you. We cannot access accounts, recover keys, reset passwords, nor reverse transactions. Protect your keys and always check that you are on the correct URL. You are responsible for your security, right? Again, I will reiterate this a million times. I don't care how repetitive it is. I don't care how redundant you think I'm being, because inevitably one of you guys are going to come to me in the future and say, hey man, I lost my key. Can you help me get it back? And sorry, man, I don't know what to tell you. I tried to warn you 1.5 million times, but no, I have zero way to retrieve your private key. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. Neither can my Ether wallet, neither can Gemini, neither can Binance, neither can Block Society. Nobody can do it. If you lose it, that's on you. Keep it safe. All right. Now at this point, you have your public address. It starts with a 0x. All ERC20 tokens, you will always see a 0x there. There's actually a methodology to a public key. And if you are smart enough and you know how to execute an SHA-256 hashing algorithm, a secure hash algorithm, you could actually manipulate your way and try to decrypt a private key. You can use this public address and do a reverse SHA-256, SHA-354, and an SHA-512 in coordination. Find, some other mathematical stuff, blah, 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 blah. We'll cover all of that in the blockchain technology and cryptocurrency course. But yes, there is a way to get the private key from your public address. Is it easy? No, not even a little bit. Is it worthwhile? Probably not. Unless you have the public address of a multi-bajillionaire who has, hundreds of billions of dollars in that one account, you're going to allocate far more resources than you could even imagine to be able to get the right technology and computers and algorithms to be able to backtrack your public address into a private key. It's just not profitable for anybody to do it, so nobody does it, right? But this is your public address that you're going to want to use. The QR code here is the same thing as your public address, and then your private key is encrypted. We saw the private key, in the last screen, and here's the QR code for the private key. Doesn't matter if I show it to you or not, because I'm never going to use this this wallet, because I've got several others. So when you go to withdraw from the exchange, or we can go to Gemini, I guess. Same thing. Instead of using my Binance account, I'm going to go back to my Ether wallet, and I'm going to copy this. We want to withdraw Ethereum out of this one, and we're going to paste that bad boy right in there, and however much I'm going to withdraw. Same process as the last video. You type in how much you want to pull out, click review withdraw. You'll see your transfer history back here. Again, there you go. There's my public Ethereum address if anybody wants to send me some Ethereum. And you'll see the 0x at the front that tells you that it is an Ethereum address. You hit review withdrawal, it'll populate down here, it'll say pending, you'll see the view transaction. You can click on view transaction to see how many blocks it's been added to and how many transactions have been verified. And after it hits probably 12 to 15 blocks, is a pretty safe bet you're going to be on the longest chain. And that transaction will execute and go through. And now, congratulations, the Ethereum that you had on Gemini is now on this paper wallet that you just printed out, right? Go put it in a safe place. Don't lose it. Don't get it wet. If you want to laminate it, fine. I don't care. Put it in a sleeve, plastic sleeve protector, wad it up, put it, I don't know, between your mattress and your box spring, throw it in a gun safe, whatever. Keep it safe. Don't lose it. Again, I cannot recover any of this information for you. I can't get your private key. I can't get your JSON file. I can't get I can't recover any of this for you. If you lose it, it's gone. And that's just all there is to it. If you have $1 million on this account and you lose that piece of paper, or the dog eats it, or your toddler tears it up and colors all over it, I'm sorry. There's nothing anybody can do for you. It's gone. And that sucks. That sucks a lot, but it is what it is. One other thing that I want to show you before we leave here is up here. It says gas price, 41 Gwei. You might have heard the term Satoshi value. A Satoshi value is, oops, a Satoshi value is 8 decimal places of a Bitcoin. One sat, or one Satoshi, is the equivalent of 0.000000001 Bitcoin. Similarly, a Gwei, Gwei, a Gwei is 0.000000001 Ethereum, right? So Gwei is equivalent to Satoshi, whereas Satoshi relates to Bitcoin, Gwei relates to Ethereum, if that makes sense to you. What a gas price is a transaction fee, right? Earlier we talked about how transactions get verified by miners. Those miners are not going to do it for free because they're using a lot of electricity. They're using their resources, the money that they had to pay into their mining equipment. It cost a lot of money, and they're expecting to make a profit on that money. So what this is a transaction fee that you're paying to the miners, okay? Now you can adjust this. You could take it all the way down to 1 Gwei, which is essentially nothing. It's not even, you would never even notice that was gone, right? Even 41 Gwei, which is the standard that we just saw, it's still pretty much negligible, right? So what changing this gas price does is it's the incentive to the miners. If I come all the way down to 1 Gwei, the odds of anybody wanting to verify my transaction are slim to none because they're not making any money on it. In fact, the amount of electricity required for them to verify my transaction is probably 5 times the amount of 1 Gwei. So where's the incentive for them to verify my transaction? It's probably not going to go through. Conversely, if I run this up and run it up to 99 Gwei, I bet you that transaction is the next possible transaction that gets verified, right? So if I'm in a hurry and I need this transaction verified quick, maybe I'm paying for some sort of good or service on, outside of the internet, or I'm in person. I'm going to go buy a new car with it via private sale, and the guy wants me to pay him in Ethereum. Well, instead of me sitting there waiting for an hour and change for this transaction to get verified, I want to be able to just hand him this paper wallet and say, here you go, here's all your Ethereum, and he can go in and verify that it's there, right? So I want to up this just a little bit, maybe not all the way to 99, but I certainly want to give the miners more incentive to verify this transaction so that it can hurry up and execute, and I don't have to sit there and wait for hours or however long it takes for a miner to verify my transaction and collect that price. Okay, this 99 Gwei, or whatever your gas price is going to come out of your transaction value, or your total value that you're transferring, right? So if I'm transferring 1 Ethereum, I already closed out my calculator. If I'm transferring over just 1 Ethereum, maybe I'm buying a tank of gas, then the price that the recipient will receive will be less than 99 Gwei. So they're almost at 1. They're almost going to get what they asked for, but it's going to be short by a penny or 2, right? Actually, that's not even 1 penny. 99 Gwei is less than a penny right now. When Ethereum was up over $1,000, I think that was right at 1.5 cents, 99 Gwei. But right now Ethereum's floating at the $100 mark, so it's a tenth of a cent, maybe 15% of a cent. So transaction cost really isn't that much. It's borderline negligible, but it's there because miners need that money. So again, any questions? I'm Steven, blocksociety.net. shoot me an email, steven@blocksociety.net, or you can hit us up on the contact page via blocksociety.net's website. You can hit me up via Facebook Messenger, in the Block Society Facebook group, whatever. I'm happy to help. I really don't want to see you guys getting hammered on losing these paper wallets. It's safe, but if you lose it, there's nothing anybody can do for you. That's got to be at least the 13th time I've said that on this video. I'm going to say it one more time. Don't lose this piece of paper. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Keep it safe. Make 50,000 copies of it. I don't care. Keep it safe. All right. Again, any questions? I'm Steven. Give me a holler.